Well, hello YouTube friends and welcome back to the channel. So on today's video, we're going to continue our series on ADHD. Now, last week we talked about things that you can see, like hyperfocus, procrastination, time blindness, oversharing. This week we're going to go inside the cockpit, things that you can't see, things that I've carried around with me for over 50 years without knowing why. This one's a little harder to talk about, but if it actually helps one person, then it was worth it. But I do want to put the disclaimer out that this is not medical advice. This is my story. This is what's working for me. And if you think that you might have ADHD, you should see your doctor. So let's go. So our first subject is lost mid-sentence moments. Now, you're talking, you know what you're talking about, you know where you're going, exactly where you're going, and then it's gone, like someone pulled the plug mid-sentence. The word was right there and it just vanished. This has happened to me my whole life. In meetings, presentations, conversations with people I've known all my life. I'm making a really good point and then poof, it's gone. It just vanishes. And here's what makes it worse. I can see confusion on people's faces, or worse, like they think maybe I've lost my mind. It's already happened twice while filming this episode. Okay, next topic is rejection sensitivity dysphoria. Now, RSD for short. This one hits a little different. And it's because it isn't just feeling bad when someone rejects you. It's a full physical and emotional response. Immediate, intense, overwhelming, triggered by real or even perceived rejection or criticism. I scored a 9 of 10 out of this. A 9. And when I read back what it meant, I kind of had to sit back in my chair and I thought about every job I've ever lost, every relationship that went sideways, every time someone's tone of voice changed. And I'd spend 3 days reliving and replaying the conversation. So I'm also a pleaser. I scored a 9 out of 10 on the saboteur assessment in the pleaser category. And now I know why. You know, when you spend your whole life with a nervous system that treats criticism like a threat, you learn to avoid what triggers it. You people please to smooth things over. You don't rock the boat. You overshare to try to make sure that everyone likes you. You work harder than anyone in the room to avoid the criticism. RSD is why I care so much about people, about doing good work, about not letting people down. That same wiring that hurts so much also makes me loyal to the bone. I just had to learn when it was driving the bus. So keep in mind, negative comments on this video will wreck me, so be nice. I have the data now. Topic number 3 is emotional dysregulation. ADHD brains feel everything at full volume. Joy, frustration, excitement, grief. There's just no dimmer switch. It's either off or it's on full volume. I can hear a song and tear up a bit. You know, people look at me like I'm crazy. I can also get frustrated in traffic faster than anyone I know. I can also get more excited about a new project or a trip or a new idea more than anyone in the room. It's both directions, full volume all the time. Yet again, I used to think something was wrong with me, at least on the emotional side. I think I was I thought I was too emotional for a guy. It turns out, yeah, even too intense. But really, it kind of turns out that the same mechanism that makes me tear up about a song also makes me hyper focus on a problem till it's solved. Um, it's the same engine, it's just a different gear. So I don't really want a dimmer switch anymore. The people that love me, they know when the orchestra's swelling in my head, and they know something real is happening. It's not a weakness, it's really depth. Okay, let's talk about topic number 4, masking for decades. Masking is the thing nobody talks about. It's the exhausting, unconscious process of hiding your ADHD symptoms to appear normal. And most people with ADHD do it for decades without knowing what it is. I built a 40-year career from the Air Force to vice president, doing M&A integrations and board leadership, while simultaneously running an internal performance every single day. Compensating for time blindness with obsessive calendar systems. Covering lost mid-sentence moments with humor. Channeling hyperfocus into projects so no one could call it a problem. Being the loudest, most confident person in the room so that no one would see the chaos underneath. And here's the thing about masking. It works until it doesn't. Because it costs something. Every single day it costs something. You know, I used to come home from business trips or meetings or social events and I'd be completely wiped out, like I'd ran a marathon. But I was just tired. I was just tired of performing. Getting diagnosed with ADHD didn't just explain the symptoms, it explained the exhaustion. And now that I know what I was doing, I can choose when to mask and when to be myself. You know, that's kind of a luxury that I didn't have for over 50 years. The fact that I built what I built without knowing any of this, that's not in spite of ADHD. That's because of ADHD. I just didn't have an instruction manual. And that brings us to topic 5, the 3 a.m. brain. It's 3 a.m., the house is quiet, everyone's asleep, and your brain decides that right now is the perfect time to solve every unsolved problem from the last 40 years. I actually put this on my list twice. I didn't even notice till I looked at it later. My 3 a.m. brain was thinking about itself when it made the list. The 3 a.m. brain isn't just insomnia. It's the ADHD brain finally getting quiet enough to run without interruption. And it doesn't know how to stop. Every conversation you should have had differently. Every decision you're second guessing. Every idea you're suddenly sure it's the best idea you've ever had. And it's 3:07 in the morning. I have started businesses at 3 a.m. in my head. I've solved problems at 3 a.m. that's been stumping me for weeks. I have also completely convinced myself at 3 a.m. that something was a catastrophe that wasn't even a problem by 9 a.m. And while I'm saying this, I did have to write a script for this, by the way. I can't memorize all these things. I just realized I used to say I solved problems when I was in the shower. I don't know how many times I said that, more than I can count. And it just made sense. I'm in the shower, it's quiet. It's like the 3 a.m. brain, but it's the morning shower. And I've solved mega problems while I was in the shower. Didn't even think about that one. I keep my phone on the nightstand now, not to go scrolling through it, but to capture when my 3 a.m. brain starts firing. I try to capture something that's worth keeping. I voice memo it and let it go. And the ones that are worth keeping, they're still worth keeping at 9 a.m. The ones that are catastrophes don't make it past sunrise. So if you're watching at 3 a.m. right now, hi, you're not alone. And the idea you have right now is probably pretty good. So write it down and go back to sleep. So there you have it, the 5 pieces of the ADHD puzzle. One is lost mid-sentence moments. Just kidding. RSD, which is rejection sensitivity dysphoria, emotional dysregulation, masking for decades, and the 3 a.m. brain. So that's it for episode 2. Stay tuned for episode 3 next week. And listen, you go chase your sunset because you can bet I'm chasing mine. And I hope to see you real soon. Take care.